Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for another announcement video. This time we have Arrow Video's February releases, some 4K, some Canadian and US only releases. Let's dive in, have a little look at the titles they have just announced. First up, one of the US and Canadian releases is Fear is the Key. Mysterious drifter John Talbot arrives in a small Louisiana town, picks a fight with the local police, and gets arrested. In court, it is revealed that he's wanted for a number of violent crimes. But nothing is quite what it seems. Staging a daring escape, Talbot abducts seemingly random spectator Sarah Ruthven and hits the road at high speed for a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns. A crashed aeroplane, a sleazy private investigator, criminal enforcers, and an oil millionaire. It's a journey towards truth and vengeance. Talbot won't hit the brakes until he gets there. Sounds really fun, actually. Let's have a look at the features, the extras here. We've got a 1080p presentation, original lossless mono audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got a new commentary by Howard S. Berger, a different kind of spy game, a new visual essay by film critic and author Scout Tafoya, Fear in the Key of Bud, a new appreciation of composer Roy Budd, and his score for Fear is the Key by Neil Brand. Bayou to Bray, an archive feature where the crew members look back on making the film. Producing the action, an archive interview with associate producer Gavrik Losey, theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve, double-sided fold-out poster, illustrated collector's booklets with new writing by critic Sean Hogan. This sounds like a really fun kind of movie. This came out on imprint and it was one I missed as well. Nobody in the UK seems to want to release this, which is just weird. I would really like to see this at some point. Don't know if I quite want to get into the importing of it just yet. We shall see. But yeah, that's upcoming. Next up, we have the Shaolin Plot. Also a US and Canadian only release. Prince Daglin is hell-bent on completing his comprehensive collection of Chinese martial arts manuals and mastering each form against his opponents. With only 2 manuals left to obtain, he sends his most dangerous henchman and renegade monk armed with 2 golden symbols acting as flying guillotines to steal the manual of the Wu-Tang, to steal the sacred text of Shaolin. However, the wicked Daglin will have to infiltrate the temple himself. The stage is set for a clash between Daglin, his cronies, and the surviving Wu-Tang student, Little Tiger, alongside a lethal duo of Shaolin warrior monks. This was released in the UK by Eureka in a pretty solid edition thus far, which I think I've still to review. Yep, I have, sitting up there. We have a 2K restoration done by Fortune Star, HD Blu-ray presentation. We have lossless Mandarin and English mono options, optional English subtitles, commentary by martial arts film experts Frank Jeng and Michael Worth. We've got a second commentary by Mike Leader and Arn Venema, fold-out poster, reversible sleeve, and illustrated collector's booklet. It's a solid enough film, and if you didn't get the Eureka release, it's the one to get. Next up, we have the big announcement for February, which is Invasion of the Bodysnatchers. This is the original artwork slipcase from Arrow, and this is their new artwork, which I do quite like. Now, I picked up the Kino release of this, or a friend gave it to me. Thank you, Joe. It is a phenomenal transfer. One of the best 4Ks I've seen, and if they're using something similar, the same master, it's terrific. When health official Elizabeth Driscoll notices that her lover has become strangely distant, this sets in a train of series of shocking discoveries that sees both her and colleague Matthew Bennell fleeing for their lives to the sound of ear-piercing alien screams. You get a 4K Blu-ray presentation, uncompressed 2.0 and 5.1 audio sound, subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. You get a commentary with director Philip Kaufman, discussing the pod, a panel conversation about Invasion of the Bodysnatchers featuring Kim Newman and Ben Wheatley. and Norman J. Warren. Writing the pod, an interview with Jack Seabrook, author of Stealing Through Time, on the writings of Jack Finney about Finney's original novel, The Bodysnatchers. Revisitors from Outer Space, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Pod, a documentary on the making of the film featuring Kaufman, Sutherland, W.D. Richter, and more. The man behind the Scream, a sound effects pod looking at the film's pioneering sound effects. The invasion will be televised. A cinematography pod, cinematographer Michael Chapman discusses the look and influences of the visual style of the film. Practical Magic, a look at the creation of the special effects of the opening space sequence, original theatrical trailer, double-sided fold-out poster, art cards, illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing and a reversible sleeve. It's a great release. It looks as if, or sounds as if it's roughly the same transfer that was given to Kino. It's amazing. You probably want to pick this up if you don't already have it. It is pretty fantastic. And there we have it. The releases for February. Fear is the Key. I'm really interested in seeing. Shaolin Plot. It's one that's already had a UK release, but if you didn't get that, it's worth picking up. And the biggie, which is UK only, because there is that Kino Lorber release in the States, and that is Invasion of the Bodysnatchers on 4K. Blu-ray as well, if you want that. So, yeah, one release again. Arrow are off to a slow start in the year. Maybe big things to come. You see some of these bigger studio-influenced movies. It leads me to one kind of thought that I have. That's a few movies now that I've picked up on import that have now been given UK releases. Are we getting to a point where the films are just, they used to come out in certain labels and you would never see them in your country? Now they're starting to bleed the borders and eke over into different areas. So it's always good. So you see something that's now being released in the States. Do you want to pick it up? Do you want to wait? Maybe get it later if it's going to get a UK release from somebody. It's kind of changing the layout a little bit of the import game. How do you want to play it? Anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts on these announcements. Are you happy, sad, disappointed, wish they could do better, or merely content with getting a fantastic 70s science fiction movie and one of the best 4Ks I've ever seen? Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on this. As always, there is more content up here where you can see more of my stuff if you're interested. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.